baseball.
I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. So, welcome back to a podcast.
We're not really sure which one.
We're not really sure which one. Much how John feels on a regular basis. We're not really sure how we feel on any given day. So,
What does that mean? What do you mean exactly? Can you specify?
No. So, welcome back to, I guess, both .NET Phillies and the 52 Reasons podcast. As you can see, John and I are wearing our South Philly tuxedos. We got Phillies jerseys, Eagles hats. So we're ready to go for both occasions. So this episode is going to be broken up into two sections, one for each podcast. However, the entirety of, mostly because I'm lazy, the entirety of
step it up.
Both. I hate you so much. The entirety of both episodes will be uploaded to both channels. So you're either watching this all on .NET Phillies or all on 52 Reasons, which either one.
They could watch one on each.
They could, yes. Yeah. They you know what? Yeah, they could. So first half of this episode is going to be Phillies related. Is going to be talking about the last 2 weeks of the Philadelphia Phillies. Bad. A lot of bad, some good. John and I are probably going to get in an argument over some things, but what else is new, John? And then in the back half, anyway, in the back half, we're going to be going into the Eagles draft class. How we cooked. So that's kind of how this is going to be broken up. I don't know if we have any segments planned. Mm-hmm. We're just kind of winging it today. But before we get into anything, I was just on vacation. I kind of want to talk about it.
Nobody cares.
All right. Anyway, moving on. All right, Phillies. Yeah, I was on vacation, so it kind of worked out perfectly. I went on a cruise with my beautiful wife, and everything was great. It was awesome.
Not me.
Yeah, John is not my wife. Full disclosure.
If anybody,
no. If anybody's the wife, it's me. Yeah, so funny, John. So this guy over here. So, John.
Hey, man.
Where do you want to start? You want to start Phillies or do you want to start Eagles?
Well, we might as well start bad and work our way to good.
Well, there's some good in the Phillies.
Name 3 things good.
Bryson Stott, Jose Alvarado, Jesus Luzardo.
Bryson Stott, it's not in the lineup today.
What's a lefty?
Okay, well, you can't hit lefties. Not good.
I hate you so much.
Sorry, I make good points. Anyway, baseball guy, let's hear your analysis, and I'll rip everything apart. Go ahead. Why do they suck?
The bullpen.
Yeah.
Bad.
Very bad.
However.
No howevers. No. What's Jordan Romano's ERA?
Don't care.
What's his ERA?
John, can you remind all the people what you said about Jeffrey?
What about him?
I'll the clip. Don't worry. I'm not really.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think you're
going to do it. Too much to go back. John said, and I'm pretty sure, and I quote, what was his ERA in the playoffs? The Phillies dodged a bullet not re-signing him. And if I check my notes here, he has a sub-2 ERA for the Toronto.
He failed 2 physicals. What'd you want him to do? Did he fail 2 physicals, yes or no?
Allegedly.
Did he fail 2
also,
physicals?
Also, Loki kind of fucked Jeff Hoffman because he was going to sign with the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine him on the Braves?
Yeah, turncoat. But, so, okay, a lot went not great for the Phillies. Bad road trip, but ended very positively. They took 2 out of 3 from one of the hottest teams in baseball, in the Chicago Cubs.
They're frauds.
I mean, it's a bad division.
Okay, but they're still frauds.
Your boy was a fraud over the weekend.
Who?
Kyle Tucker.
He's no fraud.
He stunk over the weekend.
That's your Philly.
Not for that price tag.
Okay.
Any Hoosers. Giving long-term contracts for multi-million dollars have worked so well for the Phillies so far.
It worked once.
With?
Bryce.
We'll get to Bryce.
Oh! Hold on.
Third?
No. You're implying that it was a failed contract. No. That's what you're implying right now.
However, if you look at his past 90 games, he's only hitting 210 in his last.
He hasn't been good.
No.
He hasn't been good.
No. Okay.
I'm not arguing with that.
Okay. How's the Trey Turner contract?
Bad.
How's Zach Wheeler contract? I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Aaron Nola. I'll get to Aaron Nola. Kind of buying back in a little bit on Aaron Nola. He looked great on Sunday.
He's turned it around a little bit.
Yeah. Let's talk about Aaron Nola.
Okay.
my original point of Rafael Marchand being a terrible calling catcher is ranked true because in 2 starts with JT Realmuto at the helm behind the plate with Aaron Nola, he has gone 7 innings and 2 runs or less.
Or he figured his velocity's down. Maybe I should throw better pitches. Like, what do you,
John?
Like, why is it the catcher's fault that Nola, his velocity's down?
I don't think that you realize how important pitch calling is.
I don't think you understand how important velocity is in a pitcher.
I do. Well, listen, Jamie Moore had a 30-year career throwing 81.
Okay. Did Aaron Nola, is his velocity down? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Did he need to make adjustments to pitch around that? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. And just so happens that he made those adjustments when JT was making the calls.
Yeah. Probably because JT was like, hey, let's figure this shit out.
Right.
And again, this is not a Garrett Stubbs thing. Marchand is not good. He's not. Like, I'm sorry, dude. He's just not.
Nobody is defending Rafael Marchand, saying he's a great catcher. But he's better than Garrett Stubbs.
Get on the keyboard warriors, dude, because they're like, Rafael Marchand's the savior of this franchise. He stinks.
Yeah, our savior catchers played for the Angels.
Yeah, he certainly is. Dave?
No. Dave can be fired.
If anybody is being fired on this Phillies staff, it is going to be Kevin Long. What does that guy do?
Nothing. I'm done with Dave.
So
tell me Dave's best move, and it can't be re-signing players.
Kyle Schwarber.
Okay.
Nick Castellanos.
Okay.
Those are 2 really.
Brandon Marsh.
Jeff Hoffman.
You let him walk. If that's your guy, keep him.
I mean, I agree with you, but he initially brought him in.
Okay, but what has he done to change the landscape of this team?
Everything. Okay. Listen, I'm in the same boat as you when I say this. And then I'm just making sure everybody is aware of that I think Dave. So when the Phillies hired Dave Dombrowski,
I'm feeling I'm going to get angry.
No.
Keep going.
When the Phillies hired Dave Dombrowski, his job was to completely just reinvent not only the major league roster, but everything internally with what's going on. He has done what he was asked to do in terms of having consistency. And John Middleton has come out and said it, that the Phillies are bad at developing players. Dave Dombrowski's job was to hire the correct people, the smart people, to start and draft correctly in order to build this franchise for long-term stability past these pocket windows that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And he has done that.
What do you consider a pocket window?
3-4 years.
Okay.
What the Phillies are in right now.
How many years do they sign Trey Turner to?
11.
How many pockets does that count for?
Well, we all kind of knew the last 4 years of that deal.
How many pockets does that count for?
Technically 11.
How's that looking? How's that going to look in 7 years?
Bad.
How's it look right now?
Bad.
Okay, then. Dave Dombrowski, as a Philadelphia Phillies GM, has failed.
Well, there's a little flaw in your analysis there. He's not the Phillies GM. He's the Phillies president of baseball operations.
You know exactly what I meant, jackass. Just like Howie Roseman's not technically the Eagles GM. Kiss my ass.
Well, he's like both, isn't he?
I don't know.
Like, they just made the job for it. They're like, whatever you want, just do it.
Give Howie Roseman the fucking ownership. Have him split it with Lori. I don't care. The dude can do whatever he wants. I love him.
Remember when Caleb Williams was asking for ownership of the Bears?
Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Overrated.
Good save. But I wholeheartedly agree that Dave Dombrowski has been very underwhelming because we keep waiting for that Dombrowski move. That
was last year.
That Chris Sale trade.
That was last year.
What do you mean?
Carlos Estevez.
No. I'm saying that big splash trade.
I think that was splashy.
Carlos Estevez?
Splashy enough. Splashier than anything he's done.
I would say Jesus Luzardo is more splashy than Carlos Estevez.
That's not a trade. That's a signing.
No, he traded for
he
Jesus
did.
Luzardo.
Yeah.
Hand up. And Jesus looking really fucking good.
Okay.
He is very good at baseball. But my point is, not every GM, president of baseball operations, is going to make the correct move every single time.
No, and I'm not asking you to make the correct move every single time, But to put this team over the top, they needed a big bat in the lineup.
I agree. I agree. And he didn't
And
do that.
what did they do? Sign Trey Turner.
Well, no. At that time, that was the correct move.
Was it?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
I feel like he was going down in his career even with the Dodgers.
No, you got fucking popcorn kernels.
I know, I did it on purpose.
God damn it, John.
I'm gonna step it into the carpet.
Please don't. Don't do that. Stop it. When the Phillies go after 2022, they have that magical run. Obviously, I was there throughout it in terms of this podcast.
I was there.
You were there. But you go into that offseason.
Yeah.
You were trying to figure out what went wrong. The bats got cold. The pitching was getting a little worn out. So they went out. They signed at the time, I want everybody to realize that is what I'm saying, the best free agent available, and that at the time was Trey Turner. And and you move Stott over, and then you have Brandon Marsh there. Bohm is coming into his own, and Stott, was coming off a great back half rookie year after Girardi tried to fuck him out of developing. Then you have what do you do with Bryce, with Tommy John, and look, I'm not saying he's been perfect, and I honestly think it is apples and oranges here, where he's done so much good, but also a lot bad. And that is just the kind of the landscape of the job.
Really?
Yes. Okay.
All right. Well, since we're doing both podcasts today.
Yeah. Okay. No, we're not.
What do you mean, no?
You are ranking the best GM, not only in football, in all of professional sports, to Dave Dombrowski.
Is Dave Dombrowski a Hall of Fame GM?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so I think it's a fair comparison because Howie Roseman's a Hall of Fame GM.
So good.
Is his job to make a World Series contending team? Yes or no?
Yes.
Has he made the moves to make them a World Series contending team? No.
I mean, okay.
If they don't have Trey Turner's contract, right, what could they have done? What couldn't they have done?
I mean, you're looking at who's playing shortstop for you right now. Is it one of the other shortstops? Is it
probably?
Is it Dansby?
Could be.
It Lindor wasn't a free agent. Who was the other premier shortstop at the time?
I don't know.
Regardless, that's with any contract though. If they didn't pay Nick Castellanos, what could they have done? If they didn't pay Christopher Sanchez, what could they have done?
But the fact is, you're locking yourself into a long-term contract.
But that's been the Phillies' MO is longer-term contracts.
And how is it looking for them? Bad.
I mean, you're too negative. You are.
How am I too negative? The Phillies have gone backwards every goddamn year. Every year they've gone backwards since Topper's taken over, since Dave's taken over. True or false? No, I want you to answer my question.
True.
Okay. Are we accepting their backward slide?
No.
Or are we going to hold them accountable?
I'm holding them accountable.
No, you're not.
But
you're making excuses. You're saying, okay, well, with everything good he's done, with everything bad he's done good.
Yes.
Okay, I can make a good move every now and again. So 2024 they win the division. That was like, in my opinion, 2023 was more so the year to win it than 2024 was. Correct.
So you look at 2024. What did they need at the deadline going into it? They needed relief pitching.
Right.
They got the best reliever available. You needed a right-handed platoon bat with Austin Hayes, and people forget Austin Hayes had the kidney thing. All right, he is raking out there for the Cincinnati Reds right now. What? Please enlighten me.
Who's the best reliever that they could have gotten?
Carlos Estevez.
Wrong.
Yes.
Wrong.
Go ahead. Please enlighten me.
Mason Miller.
You want to know what they had to?
Don't care.
No, they wanted Andrew Painter and.
Do you want to win the World Series? Yes or no?
I am not trading.
Yes or no?
I'm not.
Yes or no?
I'm not.
Yes or no?
I'm not trading. I am not trading Andrew Painter and Aiden Miller for a relief pitcher. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. You want Dante Nori? You can take Dante Nori. Not doing it. I was never doing that trade. Bad trade.
The fact of the matter is,
yes,
Dave Dombrowski, bad. Howie Roseman, good.
Yeah, that's like okay. Never mind.
No, why don't you go ahead and share your thoughts?
Maybe off the camera. Off camera.
It's just the facts. The facts are there. But yeah, they're a 500 baseball team. That's where we're at.
Actually, they're 2 games above 500.
You know what I mean.
Hey, John, are you hitting the panic button with the Philadelphia Phillies? It said no, fucking no. So I that's still.
Yes, I'm hitting the panic button with the Philadelphia Phillies.
What's today's date?
April 29th.
What's the April?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Okay, that's John. Fine. Come to me in October when they either they lose in the wild card or they do not get as far as we want.
John, it's April. Do not. I don't get stressed out about anything.
Fine. That's a lie.
That's
a lie. It's a lie.
Baseball wise,
I've watched you watch baseball games this month.
When?
What do you mean?
Actually, when? I'm very curious.
I don't want to say on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, we would never.
No, absolutely not.
No, 100% no. I do not look at this. My rule has always been June. June is when we go.
Okay.
That's when I'm going to be like, all right.
Yeah, June is when we go. And then once September, October hits, it's like, back to April.
No. I'm not worried about it.
Bet?
I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about any of this.
Do you want to bet?
Bet what?
I'll give them division round is the ceiling.
No. Well, as this roster is constructed right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we betting this or are we not betting
You
this?
need to realize that they're going to have Andrew Painter, Ranger Suarez.
Okay.
You're going to have upgrades in the bullpen. Monitoring a certain guy in the bullpen.
Oh. Stop. 12 ERA. 12 ERA.
Monitoring.
What's more important, ERA or WAR? Explain WAR to me, baseball guy.
Like, in my opinion, ERA is so much more important than fucking WAR. WAR does not make sense.
What is
You're
WAR?
telling me that? Do you know Scott Kinger's 31?
Yeah. That's
crazy. Bring him home.
No.
He's raking down there.
No.
You wanted a bat. Here's your bat. It's Scott Kinger.
That's not a bat. It's
like
a wiffle.
I'm not worried about the Phillies right now. Is it frustrating? Sure, because I know and we know that they're a much better team than what they're putting on right now. But I'm not going to sit here and just be like, well, fuck them. They're a bunch of fucking... No, like...
Well, they are.
No, they're not, John.
They're losers.
No.
You're losers until you win. True or false?
Eagles were losers.
Not losers no more.
No, not losers no more.
I just have a quick question.
Sure.
Has Zach Wheeler won any awards?
No, John.
Oh. Has Aaron Nola won anything?
Finished runner-up inside.
Has he won anything?
National League Championship.
Does he win a World Series?
He played in one.
Has he won one? I'm asking.
He played in one.
I'm asking if he's won.
He's played in it. He played in one game, yes.
That's great. Did he win?
Win what? The game?
No, the series.
No, he did win the game.
The series.
The series?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won a playoff series.
The World Series.
Are you asking, what exactly are you asking?
The Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah.
With this team, have they won a World Series?
Yeah, in 2008.
This constructed team. Bryce Harper.
Oh, with Bryce Harper. Oh, yeah. No, they haven't.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get specific, John. Jesus.
What else do you have baseball wise, buddy? Because this is just gonna get really ridiculous until we talk about a winning team.
Why isn't Otto Kemp on this major league roster? I have no idea. Can we stop with the Cal Stevenson experiment?
Who's Otto Kemp?
Otto Kemp.
Who's that?
He's a AAA player for the Phillies right now who's raking, and they keep putting him out in left field.
What do you mean by raking?
He is hitting
leaves. Does he have to go out and do that stuff? Oh, I thought that was Garrett Stubbs' job. He's got to go out and clear the field off before the guys.
Better than Marchand. Anyway, Otto Kemp, infielder, really hitting well down in AAA. They've been putting him in left field for the past week, seemingly getting ready to call him up. Probably get rid of Cal Stevenson because he had that one game last year And the Phillies are like, fuck it, he could do it again. And
I thought our left fielder was solved.
No, yeah, you threw Kepler out in center. You put Otto Kemp in left.
That seems like a bad idea.
Kepler's a Gold Glover, dude. Actually, he actually is.
Ross been playing well.
No, he has not.
He's been hitting like a good ball.
You fucking see what he did on Sunday? You have Johan Rojas has one job, and that is to get a fucking bunt down. Not only can he not do that, then hitting the fucking double play in the 8th inning. They obviously won the game at the end, but you have one job, Johan, and you can't even do that right. I'm over the fucking Johan Rojas experience. I'm over it. The guy is not a major league caliber hitter. I'm tired of pretending like he is. He has not proven it. I don't know why everybody's riding the fucking dick of Johan Rojas. Like, I like him. I think he's like an interesting player, but I can't do it every single day. He can't do it. I'm tired of it.
You know who's also not a major league player? Garrett Stubbs.
No, he's better than Marchand, but
is he on a major league team right now?
Only because of his contract.
Is he on a major league? I'm just asking. I don't know.
No, he's not, John.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's on major league roster, technically.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to see Kemp. I think we're probably going to see Crawford.
I think you have a better chance of seeing Rincones than Crawford, in my opinion.
I don't think so.
Why? Crawford's in Double A, bud.
Yeah, he's raking.
Yeah, but I don't want to bring him up too early. I don't want to blow my load.
This is the problem with you. This is the problem with baseball as a whole. Well, if we bring him up too early, like we could ruin him. Shut the fuck. If you ruin a guy by bringing him up too early, it's not you. It's the guy.
Can I show you a prime example of blowing the load too early?
Yeah.
Scott Kingery.
It wasn't the fact that Scott Kingery came up too early. It turns out Scott Kingery just wasn't that good.
He actually was.
How old Scott Kingery? You said 31 years old?
31.
You'd think maybe he'd figure out, how to play baseball at the major league level if he was really that good.
John, have you ever heard everything called busts?
Yeah, okay. I got you. Dominic Brown.
Stinky.
They didn't bring him up too early, did they?
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. He was the number one prospect for 2 straight years and didn't come up, and they didn't trade him. Then they brought him up. How was he?
Very all-star.
He was an all-star. He hit 20 home runs in the first half of the season. And then how was the rest of his career?
Bad.
Okay. So is that the fact that they held him down and waited till he was ready?
What do you mean by holding him down?
Held him down in AAA.
Good save.
Or was he just not that good?
I have a little fun fact for you.
You didn't answer my question.
Chop.
See, you do it. When I make a good point, you ask another question because you're like, oh, shit, he's got a good point.
No.
If Justin Crawford, Aiden Miller, Rincones, Painter, any of these guys are the guys you think they are, bring them up.
It comes down to, honestly, it's roster construction. Like, the problem with bringing Crawford and Rincones up, which is why I think they're leaning more towards Otto Kemp, is because they're both lefties. The Phillies do not need another lefty in this lineup.
And, wait. Okay. How many lefties are in the lineup?
Let's see. Harper, Stott, Schwarber, Kepler, Marsh when he's healthy. Half of your lineup is lefties.
Who constructed that lineup? Huh! Another thing Dave didn't do right. Wow.
Well, let's think about this. Stott was actually drafted by Matt Klentak, Harper, Klentak, Schwarber, okay, Dave.
Sure.
Marsh, Dave, sure. And who's the other one? Kepler, also Dave. They have too many lefties. That's why they're leaning towards Otto Kemp as a pair of Rincones.
So you're going to lean a not as good player because he swings a right-handed bat.
Look up some stats.
Okay. You really should have this stuff ready. It's kind of a waste of time that you don't have it ready.
Shut your stupid face, dude.
Who do we got this week? Nats?
We have the Nats. Probably going to bet Josh Bell anytime home run.
It's the Nats, and then it's the Pirates are coming in, right?
Maybe. So Otto Kemp is hitting .313 with 7 home runs and a 1072 OPS.
Cool.
Gabriel Rincones Jr. is hitting .250 with 3 home runs and a 721 OPS.
Okay.
So actually, Otto Kemp has been better.
You didn't pull up Justin Crawford's.
You put up Justin Crawford's.
I think Nick Williams is up to these days.
Is he in AAA or is he in AA? AAA, he is hitting .303, no home runs, 9 RBIs, but a .762 OPS. So not great, but
you didn't pull up Aiden Miller.
I'm not doing this. Aiden Miller's in like AA. I'm not bringing Aiden Miller up. I'm not doing that. Overall, I'm not worried about the Phillies. They're going to be fine.
Okay, we'll see in October.
You're so fucking pessimistic. Jesus Christ.
What is the goal of this team? Is it to be a good baseball team and make the playoffs, or is it to win the World Series?
I hate you.
I'm asking. I just want to make sure that my expectations match your expectations.
Win.
Win what?
Win. Period.
Well, what's the ultimate prize? The World Series, right?
Yes. Win.
And if they win, that would result in a championship, right?
Win.
Okay. So if they make the playoffs and they lose, what would that not be?
Win.
Okay. So therefore, they would be what?
Win.
Losers.
Win.
Glad we discussed that.
Win.
Any other baseball terms for you?
Win. Cars.
Easy.
John Cena. Anyway.
Champion. One thing he's got that the Phillies don't. Champions.
You're just so pessimistic, John.
I'm sorry, I call it like I see him.
Oh, you see it. All right, football guy. Come on.
All right, baby. Draft weekend. You guys saw my mock out there that you so kindly posted on your vacation.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Not exactly how I thought the first round was going to go down. Jahad Campbell.
Me like you.
So a lot to unpack with this player, man. He was a projected top 10 talent.
Mm-hmm. Remind me of anybody?
I'll get there.
Okay.
A top 10 talent listed as linebacker, but he has the ability to play linebacker, edge, and the good versatility.
Like the wrestler?
What?
You said edge, like the wrestler.
Oh my God. Anyway, Edge Johnson. Who would have thought we had so many wrestling references?
Yeah, I know. Episode?
Liam's going to love it.
No, Liam's going to be locked into this episode.
Anyway, yeah. He was a top 10 talent, fell to the Eagles at 31. They made a slight trade up with the Chiefs to move up to grab him.
Were you, kind of surprised by that?
No. Somebody was trying to get him. I think it was the Browns. I think the Browns were trying to trade up too. I love the pick. I do. I love the pick. I think it gives them more versatility. I think with the Nakobe Dean injury, it gives them some coverage. Now, Trot can still play that position and cover for Dean while he's out, but it also gives them that versatility where he can go and play edge and he can go sub in, sub out for that. He was an absolute tackling machine at Alabama. Every time you put it on tape, you see number 11 flying around. Now, the reason he fell.
Injury.
Two shoulders and a knee injury. It was a knee injury that popped up late on his medical records for the reasons he dropped. Now, obviously the Eagles feel comfortable with those medical records.
I feel like knock on wood here, but they kind of have a good record of that.
Recently, sure. You had Landon Dickerson. There was another.
Juergens, right?
No, not Juergens. Nolan Smith.
Nolan
Smith. And he fell at 31 to the Eagles again. So it's one of those picks that's going to be high risk, high reward. If he's healthy, it's a home run. If it's not healthy, then what are we looking at?
Yeah, I don't know much about college football really, but I'm more so going on, what John's told me and looking at, what the Twitter warriors are telling me. And a lot of non-Eagles fans were very upset that the Eagles got Campbell.
A lot of them are saying it's to steal the draft, which again, if he's healthy, it absolutely can be.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of comparisons, I've seen a couple different comparisons to him. And you think of some pretty good names when it comes up.
I've seen Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons. I've seen who went 3 to the Giants, Abdul Carter. But I've also seen not an edge player, a linebacker. 2 linebackers, actually.
Zach Bone.
His teammate, Zach Bond, yep. And then maybe the best linebacker in the league, Fred Warner. So he has the ability to drop in coverage, stop the run, but he also has the ability to put his hand down and rush the passer. So which one's he going to be? I don't know.
I think that's kind of why Vic was really like, I want him, because the versatility that he can provide on defense, especially once Nakobe Dean is healthy. And we pray that Dean is, and obviously the ongoing joke with us is my specific hatred for Nakobe Dean. But listen, hand up, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Glad he proved me wrong. Now, if you get Nakobe Dean back healthy to how he was playing, now you have this Swiss Army knife in Campbell that.
Well, you have that, you have Bond, and then you have Campbell, and then you mix in Ojulari that they just signed. You mix in a Uche that they just signed. You have, obviously, Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt. So it's just more depth on that line.
Mm-hmm. That's how they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, yeah. And they did exactly what they needed to do in this draft, which was defense.
Yep.
You lost a lot of players on defense, and they picked up quite a few different players.
And I'm sorry, I know you want to get my favorite tidbit is the oldest player on defense is Zach Bond at 27 years old, is the oldest player on defense. So
I think that's going to change. I think they're going to add
as of stuff. April 9th, excuse me.
I think they're going to add maybe Justin Simmons for some competition with the 2nd round pick. How's that for a transition? Is Andrew Okubo, yeah.
Dog.
Yeah, undersized safety. He played at Clemson for 3 years.
Who else played at Clemson?
Will Shipley. My guy.
Our guy. We both.
Anyway, played at Clemson for 3 years. Hadn't anything noteworthy or anything like that. He's a little bit undersized. I think he's 5'10", 5'11", 185. So small for a safety, but he gives you that versatility to play safety and then also play slot corner, which we know we have Coop, but God forbid. But for how small he is, he brings the boom out there, man.
Are you saying he's giving boom? Dude, he boom,
absolutely hits. Which, how is he that small and hitting? Oh,
it is reminiscent of, in terms of like bringing the boom, like a Malcolm Jenkins. I know, obviously, 2 different.
That's 2 very different players.
I know, but I'm saying bringing the boom.
Yeah, Malcolm Jenkins is much larger than.
Well, yeah. I'm saying it's in terms of like that, just that.
Yeah. Also 5 interceptions last year, so a ball hawk. So I think it gives you that good yin and yang with him, and then Reed, who's obviously an oversized safety, who's mainly run focused, and then can slot in there to get the late interceptions.
Reed Blankenship.
Yeah.
Ever win a Super Bowl?
He did. Super Bowl champ. Yeah, Super Bowl champ.
Interesting. Anyway, I just want to bring that up.
So that's the 2nd round pick. My favorite pick.
Me too.
Ty Robinson. Defensive tackle. Add some more depth. He's an absolute psychopath, which I love.
I love a good psychopath on defense.
You
saw the video of them telling Cam Jurgens that they drafted him?
Yeah.
So there was a video that went around where I guess it was like a Q&A maybe with Cam Jurgens. And obviously they were teammates at Nebraska.
Yes.
And they told him, and he's like, let's go. Like, he was very excited to see that. But I agree with you. He is probably my favorite play on the draft. And do you want to know what they did in Nebraska, John?
What's that, Chief?
They ran him as a fullback sometimes.
We could see that. Now, last year, out of the defensive tackle position, which we know in many of cases is run stuffer, kind of just get in there so you get your linebackers tackles and stuff like that. He had 37 tackles. He had 4 pass defenses, so like bad balls. Yeah. 7 sacks. and a forced fumble.
How did he fall to the Eagles?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, even the year prior, he had a decent amount of. Oh no, he did not have a decent amount of production.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, so he was in college football for 5 years, and then his 4 previous seasons, he only had 5 sacks.
I'm gonna close that window.
So this year matched his production for his entire college football career. So
Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why.
There's somebody's mowing the lawn across the street, so I didn't know if the mics were picking it up, but rather
probably
not find it out now.
What else did they do? They got a backup center for
They
Jurgens,
did.
Which apparently Stout really wanted him.
And listen, if Stout wants him, you get him.
You get him. They got a couple project tackles to bring in.
They did.
Kind of see what Stout can do with them, if they can become swing tackles or maybe Jordan Mailata. And then they also got another undersized corner who I think probably projects more as like a slot punt return, kick return type of guy.
Yeah, because Britton Covey is no longer here. Kind of
Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl champ.
So yeah, overall for the draft,
good.
It's gonna bank on Campbell, right? I mean, it always banks on your first round pick. Like you hit with that guy, and then you hit with one or two of these other guys, which Howie's been doing, thankfully. It'll be an A+, but right now I sit with probably a B+.
I mean, I think, like you said, the Eagles went out to do something in the draft, which was fill the holes on defense. That's exactly what they did. Now it's kind of up in the air whether obviously they're going to work out because, of course, draft busts happens all the time.
Of course,
Trevor Lawrence.
Jeez.
But I'm tired. I'm tired of the Trevor Lawrence discourse. Anyway, we see it all the time.
Sorry,
Chris.
Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. Yeah. But it comes down, like you said, the first round guy trying to. You want to hit on your first round guy, and then anything after that's kind of money. You're playing with house money at that point.
Correct.
But we're kind of missing one important thing that also happened last week. Cam Jurgens.
Yep. Got his bag.
Read it up. 4 years, $75 million?
I think it was 60 to 65, maybe.
65, maybe. I don't know. But got paid. And he said my favorite quote, and I think it captures what Sirianni built. It was how he's built. Everything they asked him because he had 1 year left on, and the deal doesn't kick in until after this next year.
Yeah.
So it's technically 5 years that he has left with the Eagles. A reporter asked him, why wouldn't you, play this year at an all-pro level and then go into next season and get a bigger contract? He said, I love the Eagles. They love me. So why wouldn't I want to get this done?
Yeah.
It's just, he's our guy.
Our guy?
Cam Jurgens.
Couple other things I think need to be addressed.
Oh, God.
One, what the hell are we doing with Dallas Goedert?
Yeah, I mean, judging from the reports and the interviews, it seems like they have no interest in moving him.
Well, I mean, based upon what Howie Roseman said himself, he's an Eagle for now. What does that mean? I
would hate that as a player, especially a player that is to Dallas Goedert's standard.
Yeah, and look, we all know Dallas Goedert can play tight end. We know he's a good player. It's the durability factor.
Best ability is what, John?
Availability.
Bang.
But he's always banged up. Now, he's a good tight end. I just don't think there's going to be a spot in the salary cap and the payroll to pay him the contract I think he's going to get. Especially
after George Kittle just signed his contract.
Right. The problem I have is there's no contingency plan.
There's not.
It's Grant Calcaterra and then a bunch of dudes we signed that might make the roster, maybe. Okay, well, you needed to either A, draft somebody in this draft, which they did not. I really liked Harold Fannin out of Bowling Green, and I really liked Mason Taylor out of Miami? No, not Miami.
You're
LSU.
looking at me like
LSU.
I know, dude.
So I really liked those two tight ends. One went in the second round, one went in the third round, and they made no effort to trade up for those guys. Okay, fair enough. This was a very deep tight end draft. They decided not to make a move. So what's the plan? Are we going to let him play out his contract this year, which I'm fine with? Are you going to let him walk in free agency and then get a compensatory pick in 2027?
That would be very much a Howie
That
move.
would probably be a Howie move. Now what?
I agree with you because we've kind of talked about this off camera yesterday, where the Eagles have been very spoiled at the tight end position.
Right.
You went from Selleck, you draft Ertz to play behind Selleck. You then go from Ertz, you draft Goddard to play under Ertz. Now you're at Goddard. And listen, we are Grant Calcaterra-men. He's not a tight end one. Now
he's a solid 2, can fill in as a backup.
Yes. He's good at what he is asked to do.
He's a decent blocker. He's a fine receiver, but he's not what you need in your tight end one.
Super Bowl champ.
Correct.
You know who's out there, John? Jack Stoll.
See?
Yeah, definitely maybe Super Bowl champ.
Yeah. I feel like they needed to make a move. And hell, maybe next year they draft one in the first round or second round and he's a Brock Bowers-esque player. I don't know. But I hate seeing the guys, like the 2 guys I mentioned already, the Colston Loveless going in the first round, and then, of course, Tyler Warren, who we all know is going to be an absolute stud.
Might take him in fantasy.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah, but the only thing is the guy throwing him the ball is Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Stinky!
Yeah. But that's kind of where I'm at with that. In terms of everything else, offensive line set.
Wide receiver. AJ Brown is still an Eagle, right?
He is. He didn't get traded to the Patriots.
Everybody was telling me he was going to the Patriots.
But a couple things to keep an eye out for next year. Obviously, tight end in the draft. Wide receiver 3, Jahan Dotson will not be here next year.
He will not.
You still have to look for your tackle of the future behind Lane, even though Lane's probably going to play another 6 years because that's what he does. Yeah.
Can I give you a hot-esque take?
Sure.
I think on a contract year, I think Jahan Dotson actually has a pretty solid year. I was just going to say, what does a solid year? Better than what he was last year. And he was fine last year.
He was not really fine last year.
You know what he is, though?
Super Bowl champ.
Yeah, he is.
Now, his role is diminished here. He doesn't have a big role.
No.
I mean, his role is when you come in, block, or fill in when AJ or Devontae need a break, and catch the ball when it's thrown to you.
I think I know who their plan is at tight end.
Who?
Johnny Wilson.
No, absolutely not. No. Interesting name. I would like to keep an eye out for. Via trade.
Oh, I know who you're going with.
Kyle Pitts.
Not exactly who I thought you were going after.
Kyle Pitts, obviously, is not really lived up to his top 5 potential with the Falcons. He's coming up on, I think this is his 3rd, 4th year. So his 5th-year option's coming up. They're going to have to pick that up if they want to keep him. Or they let him walk, and maybe you look at a cheaper deal for a younger player and see what he develops into here. He's still, I think, only 26. So he's a younger guy. So, I mean, maybe that's an option at tight end offseason.
Who's going to draft? Is it going to be Sean again that's going to draft?
Probably, bro.
This is the year.
It's not. It's never the year.
It's never going to be.
It's never going to be the year in that Falcons offense.
No.
In terms of defense, I still think a Justin Simmons is a feasible option here.
I think they do need a veteran presence on that defense. I think it is good because you had obviously Slay and Bradbury behind the scenes last year coaching these guys, and now you don't really have that.
No.
So I think Justin Simmons kind of fits. He played with Vic Fangio.
It makes too much sense for it not.
I mean, we were surprised they didn't trade for him last year.
Yeah. And then in terms of cornerback outside, I don't want to move Coop.
No, I do not.
Coop is great at what he does. He probably can play outside corner. But why take a hole why move a position to another position, create another hole, right?
I think Vic's smart enough not to do that.
So my wish list would be Justin Simmons, Asante Samuel Jr.
Think Senior still got something left in the tank?
No, it's been 15 years?
Yeah, he's got something left in the tank.
I mean, you bring in a guy like Asante Samuel Jr., still young. I think he's 26, 27.
I don't even think he's that old.
I don't know. You let him test out. You let him and Dory Jackson and Keely Ringo battle that out for that last cornerback position.
Number 7.
Who?
Keely Ringo.
Yeah, whatever. I just should have saved that for Jahad Campbell. Yeah.
Do we know? No, we don't know what number he's wearing.
I love a single digit on him. It'd be 0.
Yeah, I can think of a certain piece of shit that wears that number right now.
Super Bowl champ.
I was about to say something really, really dumb.
Okay. Shoot.
I was going to say, what was his number in college? I didn't say it, John.
I don't think he's going to be able to get 11 from AJ.
No.
I don't think so. Anything else? Baseball, football, anything related, buddy? Wow.
Baseball. I'm not worried about the Phillies. They're going to be fine. Everybody needs to stop getting their panties in a bunch. We're going to be fine. And listen, I hope you're wrong, and I think you're wrong, and I hope you think you're wrong. But we're going to be fine, baby. John, we win tonight. Guess what they call that? A winning streak, baby.
I don't think I'm wrong. That's why I said it. And 2, I'm probably not going to be wrong because what are the odds of them winning the World Series? Probably not high. But yeah, that's baseball.
I want to hit you with my shoe really badly.
Do it.
No.
Dare you?
No. Are you double dare me?
Baseball.
Yeah, so that's it. There was no segments. I feel like we've gone long enough. We've yabbered on long enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, we have both things going
with.
on today.
But the 2 weeks from today, back to regular scheduled Philly stuff, barring any Eagles news. I think we'll sprinkle it in if there is. No need to do a whole.
I like the Eagles.
Yeah, I like the Phillies.
I know a lot about football.
I know a lot about baseball.
Oh,
that's why we're friends.
Some think you do.
No, I do. John had to do a challenge at work today of naming like 20 baseball players, and it was a struggle for you.
You had a challenge of naming 20 football players, and it was a struggle for you.
Not really.
I rattled off those names.
Rattled off dumb names.
So I still rattled off names.
I want some deep cuts, dude.
Brandon Workman.
Oh,
I don't know why that. Vance Worley.
Very good. Yeah. Rookie of the Year runner-up.
You're welcome.
People forget. I got a Vance Worley jersey one time. Are we doing this and then like
baseball?
Baseball.